A number of teachers have been are new to teaching the Career Prep online or the work experience course online, and have been asking for a little bit of help understanding how it works. So I'm logged in right now into the one for Caribou Hill Secondary, and this one's not being used. That's why I've chosen this one. I'll show it to you from the same role that you'll have as a teacher in this course. And I'll just give you a little tour of how it works and what your students should expect. So right at the top, generally there's a logo for your school or for your district. Below that, you have the participants. And in this course, I have just some fake students that we can use to manipulate things and show things from a student's perspective. But basically, every student has a profile. If you click on any of the profiles here, you'll have a picture or an icon to represent that student and the courses they're involved with. And they're probably just going to be involved in one course in the course that you're teaching in this particular case. When they first access the course and when they last access the course. Of course, this is a fake student, so it doesn't really make much difference. Up at the top, this is a breadcrumb trail. So you go right back to the site, to the course, or back to the participants list if you like, without using your navigator's back buttons and forward buttons. I'm going to go back to the class page. Under the participants, I've got this activities block. And this activities block just has all the activities in the course and all the things in the course. It's like a filter so you can look at just those things. So if I wanted to just look at activities, I would click on that and I see just activities. Or assignments rather. These are just assignments. Go back. I could look at just the discussion forums. There they are. And I could look at the quizzes, and I could look at the resources, and so forth. Below that, there's a search forums, and we have discussions. These are the discussions forums here. Say a student had talked about, I don't know, work safety, and you couldn't remember where the post was or who made it. If I typed into here, work safety, it would bring, and pressed go. I'm sure we're not going to see anything. It would bring up every forum post that anyone had made regarding work safety. Let's see if just the word work brings up anything. And this is just the discussion forums. And if you're trying to hunt something down with your students, no, there's nothing in here right now. So that's why we're having trouble finding things. And you can do an advanced search as well. That's what we just came up when we couldn't find anything. But everywhere someone puts a post or writes something online here, in one of the discussion forums, you could put a key term there and you can find it quickly. Under administration, this is how you can bring students into your course. So if you click assign roles, you can add students into your course. Now you're going to have not as many as these. Right now, you'll have just be able to assign roles to non-editing teachers and students and guests. So if I log in, if I bring up students, I can add students. I've got my dog on this site. Let's see if I can bring him in. So my dog's name is Squirt. I'll just type in the Squirt. So you'd be looking for the first name of a student at your school or that you want to bring in that's registered. And here's Squirt. And I'd click on Squirt's name, and now I can add Squirt to my course. And if I go into my participants, I should be able to see Squirt, my dog. And there he is. And now he's in the course. So that's how you enroll users in your course. And similarly, I can unenroll someone from the course by just clicking on their name and clicking the remove button. It's not showing the whole button, but that's what you do. And now Squirt is out of the course. I'm going to go back to the course page. You can assign groups. You can do backups of your course and save them locally to your page. You can restore a course. There's all kinds of things you can do there, but mostly you're going to be just looking at bringing in students into your course and looking at their grades. And these are all the school districts that are involved with this site. Under this here, you also have a files menu. And these are all the files that are used in this site. I don't know if you're going to have any, if you're going to do anything with this, but that's all that is. These are all the files that are everything in here that's used in an image or a Word document or something like that. It's going to be in that files area. The other thing you can do is edit your profile. And you can change your password, edit your profile, look at your forum posts. This is for your profile. Your students can all look at their profile. We're going to log in as a student in a little bit to show you that. On the other side of the course, you have latest news. And this announcement's up here, this link in the middle. That's if the teacher makes an announcement here, it'll appear here as well under latest news. So here the student would have to go in and look at the announcements. Here they're just listed the latest ones that were last made. If you've got things that are coming due in your course or upcoming events, that's what this upcoming events is. And recent activity, you'll see everything that's been submitted by students, all the activities that have been happening in your course are listed here, the most recent ones. Okay, and let's just go through the course now. Take a look at that. So announcements, this is where the teacher can make announcements to her students or his students. It's a one-way communication, though. It's not like the other discussion forums. This one is only one way from the teacher out to the students. There's a little start video about how the course works. That's well worth looking at it. And these are YouTube videos, so hopefully you have YouTube access from your school. If not, the students will have to look at this from home. I'll go back. So this top section is all things to do with how to use the course and getting started. So we had that start video, we've got a course outline. This one shows how students will be marked. These are additional resources they might be able to use for the course. Let's have a look just real quick. How to write a resume, transferable skills, how to write a cover letter, just resources. There's a work experience journal, and this is the journal the students keep when they go out on their work experiences. And to tell you the truth, all the journal entries, here's one under each of the 4 topic areas: workplace health and safety, there's a journal entry here. Secure and maintain work pre-placement activities, there's a journal entry here. Workplace application, a journal entry there. And finally, graduation transitions and work experience plan, journal entry here. All of these point to this top one. So if I were to click here, it tells me what I'm supposed to put for this particular one, the journal entry for grad transitions. So it says to create a section called grad transitions, put the date of your entry, and for this entry they're going to be answering the following. And there's a link here that links back to this workplace experience journal. And they would, as a teacher, I'm not allowed to make a submission, but as a student you can. I'll show you from the student's perspective after. But again, that's this workplace journal, and they could make it an entry for each of these sections, and each of these sections are linked here. Okay, you can look at all of the different things that the students can do. Usually the sections have an introductory video that describes what it's about. They have some kind of assignment. The assignments can have links that open in new windows. And they can look at those, and they have T-charts and things. The T-chart will show you how that works. The student would have to save this to their desktop first, and then when they've done that, they can, it takes a few minutes for these to become active, but when they've done that, they can type into these areas. I probably have too much going right now on this site for this to actually be working. Oh, there we go. And then they can type in there. But they'd have to save it to their desktop to make this become active. Otherwise, they can't save it here. They'd have to save it to their desktop. I'm just going to close that. You can look at all these. If you have any questions for me, please email me, no problem. As a teacher, you'll see when students have submitted things. And in this particular one, no one's submitted anything here yet. But if they had, I could give them a quick grade. And the grades are just with, as they apply to the IRP, it either exceeds, meets minimal expectations, and no activity at all would be a 0 grade. So those are the only grades you're assigning. So you can have a quick look at the student's work. You can give them a quick comment here. Or if you want to see it in greater context, you can, this is like a filter here, you can open it up. And you've got an editor here, and you'd see the student submission you can make some comments about their submission if you liked. You've got a full editor here. I will let you explore that editor at your leisure. I'm not going to go through the editor. It's pretty obvious what these things are. This one you might not be familiar with. This one is like to record your comments. You could use your voice, do a voice recording here, and then you'd save changes, or you'd go save and go to the next one. And then that would be the next student, and next. And you can save and show the next. I'm not saving these. I'm just filtering through them, but if I saved it, it would save it and go to the next. So you're just adding a grade. This one meets expectations, and then I'd save these changes or save and go to the next. And I'm just going to close this because I don't want to save any of these, even though this course isn't really being used right now. That's how it works. So assignments and forums, they're all graded the same way. You can either grade them here and put a comment here quickly. This is quick grading. Or you can open it up and grade it here. And they both point to the same thing. This is just more detail. If you want to have more detail when you're grading, this is quick detail. You'd save your feedback, but I'm not saving it right now. Take a look at all the assignments and the quizzes and things. Here's this workplace ethics and etiquette quiz, and you can preview the quiz and see what your students see. And this is self-marking. You don't have to mark this. It'll mark it automatically for the students. So you've got assignments, you've got quizzes, you've got discussion forums. In a discussion forum, they would add a new discussion topic or reply to one that's already there. So this one's, they're going to make a post. Students would click there. They put my work experience at McDonald's. And then they describe it and how they fought with somebody, or I'm not going to read this to you. You can go through these on your own, but that's making a post, and then they post to the forum. And you would grade it there. Let's see, what else should I show you? I can show you can log in as a student. If you click on your participants, say I wanted to see my student Cary Grant was saying that he didn't understand something, or something wasn't working for him. You could check it out from Cary Grant's point of view. Cary Grant is a student in this course. You can click on log in as, and I'm now, as the teacher, I'm logged in as Cary Grant. And watch what happens when Cary Grant looks at an assignment. Look at, remember this assignment? He couldn't upload anything when we were looking at it as a teacher. Well, now the student can choose a file from their computer. I'm just going to choose anything right now, and then upload it. Now the students uploaded this, it's just a picture, but it could be a word processed document. As the teacher, I'm going to go back to being a teacher. I can see the submitted assignment. I can see Cary Grant submitted this assignment. I could give him a quick grade here and a comment here, or I might choose to grade it in context. So I'd say, here's the assignment. I could open it up. There it is, just a picture. It's not going to be a real assignment, but I could open it up here, and I would give some comments here. Oh, there, the assignment's opening up. Excuse me. Good effort. More detail next time. I might choose to add a little smiley. And I'd give them a grade. And I'd say this meets expectations. And I'd save my changes. And there's my, you can see what I wrote in that larger screen actually appears here, that it meets expectations and there was a good effort on his part. So I'm going to go back to Cary Grant and show you what it looks like from Cary Grant's perspective. Cary Grant, again, is the student that submitted that assignment. I think it was this one, wasn't it? there, and you can see that feedback from the instructor, good effort, more detail next time, and you can see the grade, meets expectations. So that's briefly how you would grade a student. I'm going to log back in as me. I'll show you how you do that. You see I'm David LeBlanc. You are logged in as Cary Grant. To go back to me, I have to click my name. I don't want to log out. I want to go back to my name. Very brief introduction. If you want some more detail about how to do things, please just drop me an email and ask me how to explain something, and I can do that for you. Okay, that's how it works. Let me know if you have any questions.